Hey, Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast and also YouTube channel. My name, again, is Sal, and on this show, I really like to talk about crowdfunding, and today we're getting into WeFunder, one of the platforms that is blowing up, and this is an article-style posting. So we go through one of the articles that has been published on crowdcrux.com, in this case, written by Jack Burning, and we go through just some helpful tidbits of education to help you get up to speed with this whole new way of raising money online. As always, please double check any of our findings. Mainly goal here is to be helpful, to be useful for you, and it's coming up right after this. If you're worried about the fulfillment and shipping part of your Kickstarter campaign when it comes to getting out all those perks and rewards to your backers, rest assured I've put together a complete Kickstarter fulfillment and shipping checklist for you, and it's free. This is sponsored by the folks at Fulfillrite, and they thought that you should have this checklist as part of your arsenal going into a crowdfunding campaign. If you want to get instant access to this checklist and it's free, you can go to fulfillrite.com/checklist. Again, that is fulfillrite.com/checklist. fulfillrite.com/checklist. Just go to that link and you can download it immediately. What is WeFunder? WeFunder is an equity crowdfunding service that connects startup businesses with investors online. The platform uses a provision in the 2012 Jumpstart Our Businesses Act, also called the Jobs Act, which allows non-accredited investors to purchase equity in early-stage private companies. This has also gone through a major revision in around 2015, 2016, where a lot of the new elements of this act were actually put into practice. In this article, we'll be going through the founding of WeFunder, the concept behind WeFunder, the most successful WeFunder campaigns in history, and also additional resources surrounding equity crowdfunding. Let's get started. The founding of WeFunder. The WeFunder equity crowdfunding platform was founded in 2012, and I apologize if I mispronounce any of your names. This is by Nick Tomarello, Mike Norman, Greg Belote, and Y Combinator was also a key incubator during the platform's development and launch phases. WeFunder itself is actually the first startup to raise funding on WeFunder, gathering more than $10 million from 1,000 investors. Since the platform's inception, 1,449 startups have been successfully funded on the platform. $261 million has been invested in various startups on the site. Over 16,000 jobs have been created as a result, and companies have gone on to raise $5 billion after WeFunder. According to the company's 2021 impact report, which you can find at the link in the description to this article, the platform aims to fund 20,000 more funders by 2029 as part of their movement to fix capitalism. The concept behind WeFunder. The WeFunder platform, non-accredited investors are given the opportunity to invest as little as $100 in startups they believe in. In exchange for their investment, investors are given equity in the company's future profits. WeFunder bills itself as the Kickstarter for investing. However, unlike Kickstarter or Indiegogo, supporters do not receive a reward, usually in the form of a product or any kind of service for their money, though in some cases they do. It's just a little bit different. Backers invest in a business with no guarantee necessarily of receiving a return. If the business an investor chooses to support does well, they have a chance to make big money for getting in on the ground floor. But if it fails, like most startups do, the investor loses all of their money, unfortunately. Like any investment strategy, there is an element of risk. And in the case of WeFunder, investment is even riskier. Investors should plan to buy and hold their investment for a long period of time. We're talking years in order to see returns, depending on the contract which they decide to invest under. There have been many successful startups that have gone on to acquire huge economic gains that have paid impressive dividends. In addition, there are gifts or perks as well, where when someone can now invest in a startup, they can also gain access to little goodies, if you will, when they make that investment. The most successful WeFunder campaigns in history. Since WeFunder's inception, there have been some impressive success stories. The platform has funded 4 startups that are now worth over $1 billion and 12 startups worth over $100 million. It can be difficult to classify what makes a WeFunder campaign most successful, as funding on the platform doesn't necessarily indicate future success. In many cases, it's just the starting point. Nevertheless, here are some notable companies that got their start with WeFunder. Zenefits. Year 2013, type HR software, raised on WeFunder $50K, raised after WeFunder $583 million. Current valuation as of 2020 is $4 billion. Meow Wolf, Year 2017, Type Art Collective raised on WeFunder $1.32 million and raised after WeFunder $213 million. Everipedia. Year 2016, Type Blockchain raised on WeFunder $229,878 and raised after WeFunder $30 million. Goldbelly. Year 2013, Type Food Service raised on WeFunder $61,000 and raised after WeFunder $33 million. VBit DC. Year 2021, Bitcoin Mining raised on WeFunder $2.1 million, raised after WeFunder, active on WeFunder at the time of writing. WeFunder is an incredible platform where you can actually go and get funding for a startup that you have started yourself or with other founders. And you can listen and look at some of the videos that we published online in terms of some of the successful companies that are seeing massive growth when it comes to equity crowdfunding. In addition, if you're an investor, it's also the chance for you to get in on the ground floor when it comes to an entirely new business that is just now getting up and running or that is seeking capital in the form of a series round, seed funding round, in order to expand its operations. There are many things you should know before going on WeFunder itself, and we plan to put out more videos just to help you for free when it comes to learning about how to do this. There are some links that I have that I will post down below, including what is WeFunder, some pros and cons, some equity crowdfunding stats from 2020, and also a free equity crowdfunding course. In addition, you can always subscribe to my newsletter at crowdcrux.com/subscribe, where we send that out weekly. And also, I got a great book called Equity Crowdfunding Explained. If you want to learn more about that, you can always go to crowdcrux.com/equity audio. That's crowdcrux.com/equity audio. Hopefully this video just whet your appetite to learn a little bit more about the platform out there, and we'll be putting out a lot more in the future. Give this a thumbs up if you're listening to this on YouTube. Come subscribe for more videos and podcasts just like this. Again, my name is Sal. Hope this was useful for you, and I'll see you next time.